Happy Wednesday morning and welcome to Preschool Story Time. I'm Allison and I'm coming to you from our story time room at the library. And do not adjust your computer screens because what you're seeing behind me is the real deal. I've got some Christmas decorations and some Christmas books because I am doing Christmas in July. I don't like the heat. I've lived here all my life and it's just too hot for me. So sometimes I just like to think about Christmas and the holidays and it cools me off. And I have a confession to make. I'm one of those people who likes to go to the craft stores and look at the Christmas ornaments starting right now. So this is one of the goofiest things I like to do during the summers. I actually do a Christmas story time every July just because it's silly, and I hope that you'll laugh along with me today and, maybe look forward to the holidays, get into the holiday spirit, even right now in the middle of the summer. We're going to start with Cowboy Christmas. "3 days till Christmas," said Dwight. "And we're stuck with cows," whined Darrell. "Santa Claus will never find us out here on the range," snivelled Dub. Cookie stirred the beans. "No presents," said Dwight. "No stockings," added Darrell. "No Santy," groaned Dub. "Time for supper, cowhands," Cookie called. The cowboys hunkered down round the campfire, and Cookie doled out the plates. "When I was knee-high to a grasshopper, my daddy chopped down an evergreen for our Christmas tree," said Dwight. "We decorated that tree with popcorn and icicles as shiny as silver spurs." "You could decorate a tree," mumbled Cookie, spooning up beans and cornbread. "That's a fact," shouted Dwight. "We'll help," said Darrell. "Santy loves Christmas trees," whooped Dub. Dwight lassoed the only tree he could find, a cactus. Darrell hauled in hay-sickles, and Dub corralled cans of corn. "No corn popper," he explained. Then the cowboys hung decorations and stood back to admire the Christmas cactus. "Look at that. What do you think?" "Ain't much," Dwight admitted. "Downright ugly," Darrell cracked. "Santy can't put presents under that," Dub groaned. "Off to bed, cowpokes," said Cookie. Look at that. You see the cans of corn and the hay on top of it? Does that look like a Christmas tree? The next day, the cowboys roped steers, wrestled longhorns, and wrangled up strays. That night, they circled round the campfire again. "Every Christmas," Darrell began, "Granny baked cookies, then heaped on sticky frosting and sugary sprinkles." "You could make sugar cookies," muttered Cookie. "Straight shootin' I could," hollered Darrell. "We'll lend a hand," offered Dwight. "Santy loves cookies," hooted Dub. Darrell mixed, rolled, and cut out cookies, then fried them to a crisp. Dwight frosted the cookies with sticky molasses, and Dub added beans. "No sprinkles," he explained. The cowboys sampled the charred sugar molasses bean cookies. "Don't taste like Granny's," Darrell gulped. "Downright awful," said Dwight. "Santy ain't gonna like 'em," Dub fussed. "Off to bed, cowpunchers," ordered Cookie. "Tomorrow is Christmas Eve." Look, even the dog doesn't like the cookies. The next day, the cowboys headed for high country, herded bovines, and haggled with misfits. That night, they moped around the campfire. "I remember," said Dub, "when Pa turned our hay wagon into Santy's sleigh, and Mama stitched reindeer costumes for the horses." "You could do that," Cookie murmured, dishing up apple pie. "Darn tootin'," Dub yelped. "Not with our horses you don't," warned Dwight. "That goes double for me," added Darrell. So Dub lashed twigs to the herd's heads, tied bandanas to their tails, and dangled cowbells around their necks. Then he stood back and took a gander. "Those heifers look ridiculous," said Darrell. "Downright pitiful," Dwight agreed. "Nothing like Santy's reindeers," Dub sniffed. "Off to bed, cow wranglers," Cookie called. "Tomorrow's Christmas and my day off." What do you think? Do they look like reindeer? On Christmas morning, the cowboys drove the cattle out to graze. "Another day, another cow," grumbled Darrell. "We missed Christmas altogether," Dwight griped. "Santa Claus missed us altogether," whimpered Dub. The cowboys spent the day mending fences, minding the herd, and feeling low down and miserable. Near sunset, the boys rounded up the cattle and moseyed toward camp. They're looking pretty sad. Hey, did y'all just hear jingling bells? Cried Dub. I think I smell something mighty fine, said Darrell. Do you see something glowing down at camp? Asked Dwight. The cowboys stared. The camp looked as pretty as a picture postcard. Ho, 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 a voice rang out. Santa Claus? Cackled Dub. Merry Christmas, boys, Santa called. Yee-haw, crowed Dub. You found us all the way out here. By the light of the Christmas campfire, the cowboys chowed down with Santa, tore open presents, and sang carols round the tree. Later, after Santa had disappeared into the night with a jingle and a jangle, Cookie galloped back into camp. You missed a rip-roaring good time, said Dwight. And Santy, gushed Dub. You don't say, drawled Cookie as he settled near the campfire. Dwight yawned and stretched. Well, boys, he said with a sigh, only 6 days till New Year's Eve, and we're stuck with cows, moaned Darrell. You think we'll have a party? Asked Dub. Could be, said Cookie. Could be. Now, the first few times I read this book, I thought that maybe Cookie was pretending to be Santa Claus to make the cowboys feel better because Santa showed up when Cookie was gone. But look at his face in this last picture. He got a brand new wooden spoon in his stocking and he looks really surprised. I think Santa really did come to the cowboy camp, and I love that. How about that? Isn't that a fun ending? Yep. Okay. The next one is called When Cows Come Home for Christmas. Definitely have a cattle theme going here. When cows come home for Christmas, they clomp right through the door. With shining bells and polished horns, they're gathering once more. Louisa comes from Michigan and Musha from New York, while Lindy Sue comes all the way from Hoofendary Fork. The tiny house gets crowded, the relatives all there. A herd of uncles, cousins, aunts fill every bench and chair. That is a big crowd. There is one empty corner where the sofa used to be. Pa clears that corner every year to make room for the tree. Bring in the tree, unpack the lights, find ornaments, find more. They dance a cowpoke polka. Then, whoops, 2 hooves crash through the floor. Uh-oh. Look at their faces. I cannot move, cried Musha. My feet are stuck too tight. The nieces, nephews, aunts, and uncles pull with all their might. They tug and push and pull the cow, but just can't get her loose or free. And Lindy Sue begins to moo. There's no room for the tree. They bring in horses, goats, and pigs. The helpers line up through the door. But though they make a sturdy chain, they can't pull Musha from the floor. Look at them all the way out the front door, pulling and pulling and pulling, and still can't get her to budge. I'll get the tractor, says their pa. The tractor strains in second gear. She just won't budge an inch, says Ma. We'll have no Christmas tree this year. You can't not have a Christmas tree. No tree? Great salty tears fill Musha's eyes. Your tree should be right here. The smallest calves begin to bawl. Will Christmas come this year? Look at their faces. While all the grown-ups scratch their heads, a baby calf named Dale heads straight for Musha with a star and hangs it on her tail. Right there. Look what baby Dale has done, announces Lindy Sue. He's decorated Musha's tail. We'll decorate her too. The cow string lights around her horns, silver, yellow, red. They cover her with ornaments from tail to twinkling head. They stack the presents at her feet. Ma cuts the Christmas pies. A sweet-voiced calf sings Silent Night, and the grown-ups wipe their eyes. Look at her. Look at Musha there. Louisa's gift? A power saw. She starts it with a roar. In 27 seconds, Musha's rescued from the floor. All right. Although I'm free, says Musha, I'll stay right here for now. I'd like to be your Christmas tree. I mean, your special Christmas cow. Now, every year when cows come home, they cannot wait to see which honored cow will stand in place to be the bright-filled, magic night-filled, most delight-filled Christmas tree. That's a fun tradition. I love that. All right, one more. And I love this one. This is a really sweet book. This is called The Christmas Extravaganza Hotel. Far from the hustle and bustle of town, Bear was ready for a nice, simple Christmas. His cozy fire popped and danced, and his candle cast a golden glow. But as he opened his favorite book, he heard a loud beep, beep. Bear looked up. Who could that be? Someone's coming in a car. Doesn't his little house look cozy? I think I'd like to hang out there. Hello, says the cheery little frog. I've arrived for my Christmas extravaganza. Show me the lights, the tree, the flying reindeer. Let's get Christmas started. He's cute. Frog waved a brochure under Bear's nose. The Christmas Extravaganza Hotel, read Bear. I think you have the wrong place. No, Frog tapped the map. It's right here, see? Bear looked closer. Oh, your map's upside down. That hotel is on the other side of the world. It can't be, wailed Frog. I had it all planned. I even knitted a hat. Look, now I'll never get to my hotel in time for Christmas. But Bear thought very hard. You could always stay with me, he said kindly. I'm going to have a wonderful Christmas. You are? Frog brushed his tears away. Hooray! So he hopped on in, drank a huge mug of hot chocolate, and then dozed off by Bear's cozy fire. As Frog slept, Bear flipped through the brochure. A singing tree, he gasped. A supersonic sleigh ride? Frog won't find that here. Look at Frog asleep on the chair. Isn't that the sweetest thing? But then as he looked at his small, snoring guest, dreaming of a magical Christmas, poor little fellow, he whispered, let's see what we can do. Bear, called Frog the next morning. Can we please start our Christmas extravaganza? Of course, yawned Bear. So Frog checked the brochure. Ooh, do you have an all-you-can-eat North Pole breakfast bar? Not exactly, replied Bear, but we could make iced cookies. Really? With Christmas sprinkles? Show me, Frog cried. Bear handed him an apron, and they started to bake. And although it wasn't exactly like the brochure, Frog liked it. But suddenly Frog looked around. Bear, where's your Christmas tree? He asked. My brochure has a big one that sings. Smiling, Bear led Frog outside. How about this one? He asked. Frog looked up and up and up. Wow! Bear's beautiful tree twinkled with frost. And look, cried Frog, as two little robins hopped about, chirping brightly. It even has singing decorations. And snow! Do you have a snow machine? No, chuckled Bear. That's real snow. Frog soon found he loved real snow and long walks through the woods and picnic lunches. Frog found footprints in the snow. Let's follow them, smiled Bear, and they found 3 real reindeer. Now we can have a sleigh ride, exclaimed Frog. But Bear shook his head. I'm sorry, but these aren't Santa's reindeer, he said, and I don't have a sleigh. But Bear knew exactly what Frog would like instead. Snowball fight! Hooray! Cheered Frog, and that's not even in the brochure. They played until the sky turned inky blue. And now for the best part, Frog cried. It's time to turn on the Christmas lights. He pulled out his brochure and showed Bear a photo of strings and strings of lights flashing away. Oh, Bear sighed. His Christmas lights weren't like those. Bear hurried home and lit all of his candles. Will these lights work? He asked. Frog blinked. They weren't quite the extravaganza he'd expected, but Bear had been so kind. Yes, exclaimed Frog, putting on a big smile. So, Christmassy. They watched the golden flames in silence, and then suddenly Bear's eyes lit up. Follow me, Frog, he said, grabbing hats and scarves. I wonder what he's going to show him. Ooh, look at that. What about these lights? Bear pointed to the sky. Oh, Bear, gasped Frog, they're perfect. Those are called the Northern Lights, and they're really neat. Hopefully, maybe someday you'll be able to see them. You have to go up north to most of the time, or way, way up north to check them out. When they went back inside, Frog said, "What a magical day!" And it wasn't yet over. Shh, whispered Bear. What's that jingling? It's coming from the rooftop. Frog checked the brochure. Not a thing about jingles. It must be Santa, Bear exclaimed. But we need to go to sleep, quickly. They dove under the blankets and shut their eyes tight. Psst, Bear, are you sleeping? I am, chattered Frog. But Bear was already snoring. On Christmas morning, there was a huge present by the fire. Bear, squealed Frog. Look, it's from Santa. He came. They each took an end of the ribbon and pulled. A sleigh, beamed Bear. Why, Frog, this is just what we need for our sleigh ride. Supersonic, cheered Frog. Can I come back again next year? Your Christmas hotel is the best. Look how happy they are. Isn't that a neat story? I love it. All right. Okay, so, you don't have to wait until December to come and check out Christmas books. It's kind of nice to have the Christmas spirit all year round and enjoy these really sweet and fun stories. And it does kind of make it feel a little bit cooler. All right. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you again next time. Ho, ho, ho.